This is in no way my attempt to justify my comic book obsession. And this story, I really, really like. Artwork, the storytelling. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Pull List. My name is Travis. Let's talk about Deadpool's explosively amazing box office weekend. Over the weekend, the Deadpool movie racked in $135 million, which is more than anybody could have possibly predicted, and that doesn't even include President's Day. Early estimates pegged the Merc with the Mouth to earn between 65 to 70 million, but the real numbers are double that. And the movie's release broke a lot of box office records. Some of them were kind of trivial, but the big one is that it had the biggest R-rated movie opening of all time. Deadpool now has the biggest R-rated movie opening of all time. Of all time! The previous record for the biggest R-rated opening weekend of all time was held by The Matrix Reloaded with 91.7 million, and Deadpool beat that record by over 40 million. Most superhero movies try to go the PG-13 route in order to maximize box office potential, but Deadpool is definitely not the typical superhero movie. Watchmen, which was released in 2009, which was also rated R, only earned about 55 million its opening weekend, so Deadpool really wasn't expected to do much higher than that. And that $135 million figure that I threw out for Deadpool making its opening weekend, that was only domestically. Worldwide, it made over 300 million. And that's minus China, because this movie was banned in China. Deadpool reached those numbers without the second largest film market in the world. China. 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 And the sequel is already greenlit. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie. I don't know why you're watching this if you haven't seen the movie yet. At the end of the movie, they talk about there being a sequel. Well, after these numbers, the studio was like, yes, definitely make the sequel. Go. What are you doing standing around here? Go film the sequel. And maybe now studios won't be so afraid to make an R-rated superhero movie. I mean, I doubt we'll see anything owned by Disney into a rated R movie, but imagine like a really dark Batman movie, or a scene where the Joker is just beating Jason Todd to a pulp with a crowbar. And even though Deadpool did so well, the mainline X-Men stories will probably stay PG-13. However, there have been talks recently about how the X-Force movie would probably definitely get an R rating because of how successful Deadpool is doing. For those of you who don't know, X-Force is kind of an offshoot of the X-Men, but they're a little more militant and aggressive towards villains. X-Force is sort of like X-Men Black Ops. While Xavier's X-Men try to avoid confrontation and violence, X-Force sort of goes in and kills people. Bad people, but they kill people. But here's the thing that I feel like everybody should have seen coming. The children of the 90s, the biggest comic reader population of all time, are now adults, and they are a huge driving force behind these comic book movies. And I'm incredibly happy for Ryan Reynolds. Seriously, watch any interview with him talking about Deadpool. He just completely lights up that his project is actually a thing now, and it's done, and it's completed, and he's relieved and excited. This is a thing that took him 11 years to create, and it's finally here, and he's just so excited about it. Ryan took a bet on himself and he won huge. So congratulations to Ryan, everybody involved in creating this movie. Tim Miller, the director, did you know that this was his first directorial debut? I was surprised too. The movie was shot beautifully and it was fantastic and I loved it. If you wanted to see my quickie little review on it with 15-second movie reviews, I put a link down below for my other channel where I do a lot of movie reviews. I'm going to be reviewing every single wide release movie coming out this year, so if you're not already following that channel, you should definitely follow that channel. In the comments down below, let me know what you thought of Deadpool, or if you're going to see it, or if not, or if you loved it, if you didn't like it. I haven't heard many people say that they didn't like it. I'm definitely going to go see it again sometime in the next week or two, probably. Among all of the other movies I need to go see, Deadpool is the first one that I'm going to go see for a second time. So that's saying something. That's it for this episode of The Pull List. My name is Travis. Thank you for fueling my comic book obsession, and you will see me soon.